What's up, everybody? Average Dwarf here, bringing you Key of the Week, Episode 1, Resto Druid, your Magister's Terrace 10. First week of Mythic Plus has gone great for me on a Resto Druid. I've gotten every portal except for Windrunner Spire. Still might get that one, we'll see what happens. But either way, I am stoked so far on the M Plus season. It's usually quite a bit later that I start getting into portal territory and 3K range, so knocking this out on week 1 has been a big confidence booster and a lot of fun. Alright, let's talk about toxicity in M Plus as we kick this video series off. I do not have a consistent or a major problem encountering toxicity in M+, and I can tell you why. So there's a couple of things that I do that I feel like help me avoid that entire toxicity and M+ issue that I see talked about, which I'm not convinced is the thing. But number one, don't invite any Shadow Priests. Alright, Shadow Priests are the most toxic players in World of Warcraft. I think everybody knows that. Nobody makes a priest and says, oh man, you know it would be super cool to be a DPS priest. Bollocks. You made a priest, you tried to heal, you failed at healing, and now you're going to tell the whole group how to play because in your attempt to become a good healer, watching all these guides and yada yada yada, you learn the mechanics of the dungeon, but you still play bad, and that's why you're not healing in the first place. Second thing I do to avoid toxicity, I don't invite ret paladins, and I avoid demon hunters at all costs. I don't care who's meta. You follow those 3 tips, and I think you'll have far less toxic experiences playing World of Warcraft. And it seems like the new sorting features that are available when you're looking for key groups are working as intended. I have stuck to learning, relaxed, and complete keys for this entire week of M+. And I've already gotten 7 out of the 8 portals. I haven't had many toxic experiences. Of course, I've played with a couple Shadow Priests, and of course, I've played with a couple Rat Paladins. You just can't avoid it when you gotta run somebody else's key. Now that I think of it, I haven't pushed my own key on any characters this season. I feel like everybody was on the push their own key train. I list a key for about 5-10 minutes. If I don't have a group, I just go ahead and sign up for somebody else's group. It's worked out pretty well, and when it comes to Tuesday, I'll have a 10 on my Druid in the vault. So 1 week of running somebody else's key, no big deal. I don't know how much higher than 10 I'll go next week. I'd like to get a couple of myth track pieces under my belt. If I could get some better healing trinkets, that would be tremendous. As I say that, I realize that I got the Algrathar Academy Dragon Head Give Somebody Mastery trinket, and I completely forgot to use it in this run, so I'm playing bad already, but we're still gonna time. So I would like to get some myth track pieces, and I would like to just become more familiar with the dungeons. As it stands right now, 7 out of 8 portals on week 1, I still haven't watched a guide. I'll definitely get into watching guides in the coming week as I play more alts. Blood Decay is always on the table for me. That is one of my favorite specs in the entire game. So as I get into actually tanking these dungeons, I'll be learning routes. This tank, by the way, tremendous. I believe this is his key. I can't remember. I'm not 100% sure. But his routing, the amount of damage he's taking, he's self-healing. Like, you really can't ask for a better situation than this when you sign up for a complete key in the early hours on Sunday morning. So this whole group, great time. I should probably learn how to dispel this little section properly. I know that one of those is a root on the tank that needs to be dispelled. I'm not sure what the rest of them are. I'm just kind of dispelling willy-nilly when it pops up on my Danders frames and getting away with it. We're time and 10's playing that way, so, you know, who knows at what key level that will break down. When that breaks down, that's probably what will inspire me to do more research. Until that time, who cares? Who's kidding who? We're healing 10s on week 1. We're doing great over here. What's this fiery icon, everybody? Is that doing bad things to people? I don't know. I know that I start pumping some heals when I see that, so it seems to work out okay. Now, I should take the time to mention that this particular Ret Paladin is the exception that proves the rule. I had no problems with this guy. He's straight pumping the whole time. He's kicking. He's using his utility. He's everything that you want in a Ret Paladin. However, you get that so rarely that my original statement stands. If this was Mikey, I probably would not have invited a Ret Paladin. This guy's okay. Relax, everybody. I'm at least 50% joking. I don't. All the Ret Paladins gonna come out of the woodwork. Blah, blah. Well, I don't know. Are there any Ret Paladins left? Did they recover from the Discord tragedy of 2025? What's going on over there in Ret Paladin land? All right. I'm gonna back off the Ret Paladin community for at least the next 45 seconds. All right, we're coming up to the first boss here after we kill this Pyromancer, and this run went really smooth. I don't know if we have any deaths. We'll see as we watch the game tape together here if anyone dies as the run goes on. Pulling first boss here. Now, I am a fan of the way this tank, I'm a fan of this whole group, but I am a fan of the way that this tank cleared both sides of trash before pulling the boss. I've run this dungeon a few times with tanks that don't clear those side rooms, and rarely does it work out okay. It's almost always a disaster. So I'm not sure where the good source of routing is for this expansion yet. I haven't looked at it. I've heard good things about this Keystone Guru place. I usually just watch Tactics. He usually puts out great pug friendly M plus route videos. He might already have one up. I'm sure he does. It's Tactics. I usually just watch that and go from there, but it's been my experience in Magister's Terrace so far this season to go ahead and clear those side rooms. You never know what's going to happen, especially in a pug. I take 2 orbs here. I feel like as I get better gear, I probably could take 3 and pop a defensive. I don't know if that's ideal, but I know that when I'm healing pugs, if there is something that I can do to use my own health, use my own defensive, use my own cooldowns instead of having to rely on a pug to use one, I'm usually much more successful. Not that pug players are bad, it's just easier to time your healing output when you are having some impact over the damage input. Now, that's a bad dispel on my part. I feel like I should have dispelled that warrior there first. I don't know. Dispelling melee is probably usually the way to go, but I'm learning these keys and just kind of responding reflexively, trying to get in here, do a little damage at the end. I like that spell effect. I like it when I put them bleeding roots up on them. Looks pretty cool, man. Vicious. But since you brought it up, let's talk about healer damage. I am not a fan of the way that healing M plus has gone over the past several patches as healer damage has become less and less and less meaningful. And the way that they have tied those meaningless in terms of damage output buttons to mana restore. I don't love it. I like to get in there, mix things up, and do damage. Kitty weaving is great. It's a lot of fun, especially when you pull it off. Like, it just feels great when you get in there and you get multiple bleeds on multiple targets and you're pumping. I'm not saying that you should be able to do DPS damage. I don't even care if you can't do tank damage, but I would like it if when I hit a damage button it felt good, even if that means that's the distinguishing factor between who's a quote-unquote good healer and who's a quote-unquote bad healer. If the amount of damage that the healer contributes to the group is the distinguishing factor, let's go ahead and do that. Let's maybe bring that back. I don't know. But I know that right now it feels bad to feel like I need to maintain bleeds just for mana restore, but that damage doesn't do anything, doesn't actually contribute to the group success. I know that there are healers on both sides of that issue. If you're on the other side of that issue, if you don't want to quote-unquote be expected to deal damage, you're obviously wrong, and you should stop crying on the forums, because you not wanting to deal damage takes away a very fun part of my gameplay, where if you just did those dungeons and didn't do damage, it would be the same for you. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but it seems like listening to the half of the healers that just want to come in here and heal bot takes something away from me when they were always able to just heal bot in the past. I don't know, what don't I see? Leave a comment below, let me know what I'm not seeing here. All right, coming up to boss 2. I don't think we've had any deaths yet, unless the death tracker's broken or I have just completely zoned out. No deaths yet coming into boss 2. 24 minutes to go. We are in great shape. That hallway, by the way, that I was just ranting and raving about crybaby healers on the forums through, this can be a very dangerous hallway. So if for some reason you're watching this video and you haven't healed this yet this season or haven't done this on a 10, be prepared. I've had tanks pull that entire hallway before. I was not prepared. It was a wipe. I probably got cussed out by a rep paladin who didn't use any defensives or bubble. And we're back. And we're back. The second part, definitely not true. I haven't had any paladins cuss me out, but I have definitely wiped in this hallway. All right, coming into the second boss here. Everything's still going smooth. 23 minutes to go. We are in great shape. But the extra boss in all dungeons this season seems to be the camera boss. I need to be zooming in. I don't know. I got to get a better handle on that. It seems like in this dungeon and Algathar Academy and several dungeons, I'm just having camera issues because I like to play zoomed out. I want to see where everybody's at. I want to see what bad things are happening, what good things are happening. I want to know where the swirlies are on the ground. Like you can see right here, obviously the camera was completely blocking my view. How can I be expected to see those purple circles on the ground when the camera is so terrible in this game? Wave of silence coming up here. Everybody in the group is going to nail it. Group is performing very well. Makes the healer's life pretty easy. Which is the other thing I'll talk about when it comes to healing. I feel like as patches have come, as World of Warcraft has progressed since Dragonflight, I feel like I have less and less control over the success or failure of my group as a healer. It's like, I don't know, I'm probably wrong here. I do stop at the 3k IO mark, but I feel like it's basically become, can you heal the rot and can you pass the heal checks? And that's about it. I'd be curious to know if that's kind of what all the other healers' vibes are. If any healer is in there, let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about healing in its current state versus what healing used to be? There was a couple of seasons, man, like Dragonflight Season 2 was the last season that I healed before the War Within Season 3. I took a break from the game from Dragonflight Season 2 until the War Within Season 2. Delves sucked me right back in. Undermine patch was great. And then War Within Season 3, I said, all right, let's go ahead and get back into healing. If I'm going to play World of Warcraft, M+ is what I want to do. So yeah, I'd be curious to hear what other healers' thoughts are, but I felt like a god in Dragonflight Season 2. At that time, I played a Discipline Priest and a Resto Shaman, and you couldn't kill my group. So why do I continue to heal if healing doesn't feel great? Well, because healing still does feel fine. Healing is still fun. It's still a blast. It's just not God mode the way that it used to be, which maybe that's good for the game, maybe that's bad for the game, I don't know. But why do I keep healing? Great question. Thanks for asking. Because the number one thing I want to be when I play World of Warcraft, above all else, when I play World of Warcraft, what I want to be is invited. That's the ultimate goal. I don't want to sit in queue for hours at a time trying to play a hunter or trying to play whatever off meta DPS spec I have an affection for. I just want to be able to log in, queue up, go. And healing seems to be the best way to do that. And for me, I tank later in the season. I prefer to learn the dungeons as a healer. You learn the damage profiles, you let all the other tanks watch the videos and learn the routes, and then you can just kind of vibes route it and fake your way through it as the season goes on and DPS get better gear, etc., etc. I tend to do my tanking late in the season, learn as a healer, instant invites, no downside, just give me my damage back. Let me be God mode again. We are moving right along here. Got 19, basically 20 minutes left. 2 bosses to go. Things still going smooth. Still no deaths. But I am realizing, as I watch this footage back, trying to make everybody laugh, trying to give you all a little something to take in on your Sunday afternoon, as I watch this footage back, I'm terrible at clear casting. I feel like I'm doing okay at abundance, but I am not capitalizing on clear casting the way that I could be, the way that I will now, coming into this next week, make a conscious effort to improve. And also, I'm not doing great at Solo the Forest either. And the fact that I'm still healing 10s, I think is good. But I'm not doing great at Solo of the Forest either. I think that I'm focusing on using Solo the Forest to get abundance up too much. And I probably could better utilize Soul of the Forest, especially combined with clear casting procs, in order to crank some bigger heals out there with regrowth. So maybe just because I have an affection for kitty weaving, I'm spending too much time and giving the keeping the bleeds up too much credit for keeping my mana bar high. I don't really have mana issues when I play that way. Whereas if I just did a better job utilizing clear casting, maybe my mana would just always stay high. I don't know. We'll see. Check back in. Continue to watch. I'll be posting a video every week or so about me healing keys or just running keys in some capacity. We'll see how the season progresses. Coming into boss number 3 here. Things still going good. We got some trash to clean up. This trash can be dangerous. There are heal absorbs that go out through here. I don't know why, I don't know when, I don't know how. Sometimes they seem to happen, other times they don't seem to happen. I'm probably failing at something. But when the heal absorb goes out, man, you gotta be on that as a healer. And there are several heal absorbs just this season in general, which is fine. I guess Blizzard is, which is fine. Give me a heal absorb in a 5-man all day long. Doesn't bother me. What does get my goat is the heal absorb on Crown of the Cosmos. And it was probably a contributing factor to why my guild didn't down it last week. Don't make a heal absorb dispellable when I'm playing a Resto Druid. Like, so by the time I have my life bloom, my rejuve, my germination up, and I'm ready to start plunging regrowths into that heal absorb, somebody panics or just somebody isn't paying attention and dispels it. Now I got to spend, what is that, 3 globals on a new person with a heal absorb just for that same person to panic, or, you know, whatever. Maybe that's guild drama. Maybe I'm airing a little bit of guild drama live on TV film, but I don't like the idea of a dispellable heal absorb on a final boss of a raid, or on any boss of a raid for that matter. Let's call a spade a spade. Raid healing is, in my opinion, at the level I play, at the normal and heroic level, raid healing isn't even close to as difficult as M+ healing. But I feel like I have to do raid healing in order to get the trinkets that I want to play with, in order to continue to progress in M+ healing. But as I say that out loud, that's probably not true. I hit 3k before Turbo Boost last season with no heal trinkets. It just bugs me, okay? It bugs me that raid healing trinkets are so much more powerful on a consistent basis than M+ healing trinkets, when if you're an average player, if you're a casual player like me, and you're just trying to time all 10s, get 3k, the level of difficulty of healing that in an M+ environment is exponentially higher than it is raiding. All right, that's enough of this rant. This is my favorite boss, and this is the reason why. When they drop the base and put these roots on you and they pull you toward the purple balls, that's one of the best dungeon mechanics of all time for the sound effect alone. And I think when it comes to that sort of thing, the last 2 patches, Blizzard has knocked it out of the park when it comes to graphics. And I don't know why the sound effects get me, man. When they do a good job on the sound effects, it really makes the game much more enjoyable to play. So much so that I got a new computer in between Manaforge Omega and this patch. I was like, man, I'm playing on this potato. It's time for me to upgrade into something where I can really, truly appreciate how good this stuff is. There they are again. Drop that base. Wow. Awesome. So cool. We'll clean this boss up. Dungeon's still running great. We got, call it 15 minutes left after we knock this guy down. A little bit of trash to clear up, and then we are on to the last boss. I'll level with you. At this point in the key, we've had no deaths. It's technically a completion key, but we have a chance to time this and get our portals, at least my portal. I don't know, maybe somebody else, maybe these other guys already have the portal, but get the portal. I start getting nervous. All right. Upstairs here as we go can be a disaster. I think we're actually going to have a mini disaster that we power through on the way up, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if that was this run or not. But upstairs here can go bad. If the fear doesn't get kicked, if the heal absorbs don't get taken care of. Am I remembering right? Yeah, I think we're coming up on all that. If the fear doesn't get kicked, if the heal absorbs don't get taken care of, this can be a wipe. You can brick this key very easily between the third and fourth boss. We're not going to do that on this run, but yeah, I start getting nervous at this point in the key because we have a legitimate chance at success. If I make a mistake now and brick this key, I am going to feel like a jerk. So let's see what happens. Luckily, I got the best rep paladin in Azeroth in my group. He's an oddity, folks. He's an oddity. Don't expect when you're out there running keys, all right? Just let me keep that expectation low when you got a rep paladin around you. This guy is crushing it. This guy is my hero, all right? But he's kicking, he's using utility, he's popping defensives. This guy is, what do they call it? The exception that proves the rule. Now, I think somebody butt pulls here. Does that happen? What happens? I think the warrior butt pulled back there. Yeah, I got a little warrior flash at aggro. No big deal. We're able to get through it. This group is good. The shaman takes the debuff out. I'm able to heal through it. The tank is solid. Yeah, so not a big deal here, but this could have gone very poorly if that fear wouldn't have been kicked, or just even fighting on these ramps. Fighting on angles is not where you want to be, ever, ever. Coming into the home stretch of this run, the fear absorb final section here. Now, I've done this with a warlock, who I don't know if they're coordinating with tanks. I don't know how that works. If you play in an organized group, let me know how you plan a route around a warlock portal so you don't have to do the pole that has the two big void walkers in it. But I've done that before. I just happened to stumble across it in Pugs, and that was all right. But the way that we do it here is okay too. Massive heal absorbs though. When you're having heal absorbs that are basically the entirety of a player's health bar, you really got to be prepared for that. You got to nuke those out as quick as you can. And I'm honestly not sure what happens if I don't heal through one. Does the person die? Can I ignore those? Will they just go away and then I can heal the health bar? Am I just burning mana? Somebody help. I need to watch a guide. All right, percentage is complete. We've got this last trash pack, and then we are on to the final boss of the instance. If you've made it this far into the video, first of all, thanks. I would love it if you would leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the video, if you play heals, what you think of healing. If you play Rat Paladin, you can leave an apology down there. We forgive you for choosing that as your main. If you're this Rat Paladin, I appreciate you. You're great. All right, I love this Rat Paladin. The rest of y'all, if you made it this far in the video, it's okay if you don't watch my videos in the future. I'm okay with that. We don't need Ret Paladin vibes in the comment section. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I don't know what Ret Paladins did to me this morning other than carry me to a 10 portal, but for some reason I'm hard on y'all today. We'll pick a different class. Maybe we'll make that a thing. Maybe we'll pick a different class each week to give a hard time. But yeah, let me know if you liked the video. If you don't like the video, just leave a comment below. Let me know how you found it. I would also appreciate that. Now, I am nervous when we get to this last boss. Very nervous. The tank is performing excellently. I really like it when the tank runs that debuff out, leaves everybody a little bit of room. I got the first dispel in time. I hope that I get all the dispels in time. But if you can see me, man, I just go into spamming straight over healing. This is when I feel the most pressure as a healer in an M+ environment. And honestly, especially this week, getting a portal on week 1 is a big deal for me, and I assume a big deal for any player that plays at my level and is pugging. This is huge. So watch me heal this last boss poorly, get my portal, and we will be out of here. For next week's key of the week, I'm not sure what I'll do quite yet. I think it's going to depend on Great Vault. I am stoked to have a full myth track setup coming in my Great Vaults, and raid. So I'm going to raid on Sunday night. I really hope we get through normal Crown of the Cosmos. I think we will. Talk to a couple of guildies. We're going in with some improved strategies. But I hope to get through normal Crown of the Cosmos tonight. I don't know if we'll step into Heroic or not, but that's going to impact next week's video. I definitely want to do some Holy Paladin playing. I want to play Survival Hunter, but I don't know if I want to set myself up to never get invited and not do great damage as a Survival Hunter. I'm not big on Marksman at the moment. Resto Druid is definitely my favorite spec. So if you're still watching, let me know something you want to see next week. Is there a class or a spec that you would like to see run some keys on the channel? Is there a class or spec that you play that you would like to see what a dope like me does with in M+? I don't know. I'm open for anything. This is a brand new YouTube channel, a brand new video series that I just started, hoping to have some fun. And here we go. Got him. Got him. Big deal. I think it's a big deal. Super stoked on that key. Thanks so much for everybody for watching. Thanks to all of my party members for carrying me through that key. And we will see you all in the next one.